Well, hello again. It's Mrs. Stepanovich's 3D art class, and we're working with clay. And this is going to be the Coil Bowl part 2. Remember that we're working on something along this line. And just to refresh your memory, remember you had to have 3 different types of coils on your bowl. So let's take a look at what I've done so far. All right, so since we've been gone, oops, let's get that stop moving. I made some more additions to the last thing. So you can see I made, so these would be, this right here would be just the long coils, which is one of the ones that you needed. These are the spirals, right? And these spheres, we just kind of stick those in when you kind of use them for filler. So you can see I kind of made like a little kind of a mandala design, but that wasn't my idea, was not to make a mandala. It just happened to work out that way. So let's just see if we can get the camera a little bit better for you. All right, so I'm going to show you, so these things were just the spheres, right? Yeah, spirals. Then you can make them any shape, but I made those, and those are what those are right there. You can see that, right? Those are just the long coils. And then you can, by changing the size of your coils, makes things look different. But what I wanted to show you, something that's kind of fun to do, is we're going to, I made a donut, all right? There we go, you can see that, I already made it. And I'm fitting it right there, okay? And I've made a whole bunch of little spheres. Can you see those? They look like kind of tiny little mothballs. And I fit those inside there. And you're gonna have to figure out how many can fit inside yours, all right? And that's kind of a cool little design. Now, can you see that there is a big space right here? That's when you're gonna take some of your clay and you just kind of make a little tiny pill-sized little thing, and you kind of stuff it in there, and you stuff that. You can see there's a big edge area right there that has a big negative space, and so we're also going to do the same thing for that. We stuff it in there, okay? So you keep, as you're making, because you want everything to remain together, so we need something right there. So how about if we make another a coil that fits in there. All right, how's that look? All right, and if I did it to that one, I probably would want to do it over there as well. Kind of, remember, we don't want it. Remember to have your pencil out, right? Remember, all right? And that's gonna fit right there. And the thing about this is everything doesn't have to be perfect, all right? I love things like that. And so whatever we did to one, we kind of did to another, but not necessarily. Yeah, no, not necessarily. So you can see right here, I got a big spot there that needs to be plugged. So again, I make something small and I plug it in there. So can you see how that's kind of loose right there? So we need to have something in there. So we're going to fit another maybe coil around there like that. So you're actually building something, and it's really, there's a lot of common sense involved with it. Let me take a look at that because I'm on the other side of the camera. Now, you're going to smooth it down as well as you can, so that all of the pieces are stuck to each other. They're like a big giant jigsaw puzzle where everything has to be stuck with each other. So like that. There's a piece right there. So let's take a little piece right here and push it in there. Okay. All right, let me take a look. Yeah. So I just lift it up, be careful, and plug it. Okay. So right here, so what was that tool I was using? The wooden tool, right? I wonder if there's another tool that would work. You could try the wooden one as well and kind of smooth that down. Get those stuck together a little bit, or not. So I just want to remind you is that this outside of the bowl, we eventually are going to smooth it all out. So the outside doesn't have to look perfect because the inside that's facing the bowl, when we pop it out, it's going to have all those beautiful coils. With that being said, don't push down too hard. All right, we want to push down hard enough so that we have the pieces adhered together. I'm going to take a better look. Okay, see that big space in there? So I'm going to make another little sphere and stick it in there. Okay, and then I'm going to smoosh. Can you guys see that? I want to make sure you can see that. All right, just smoosh that all down. And again, you're not making it like a pancake, right? The goal is to keep these pieces together, because otherwise when we remove it from the mold or the bowl, the pieces will all fall apart. Okay, so let's go over here. It's kind of like spreading on frosting a little bit. I just want to take a look in the camera because I'm doing it opposite. Let's do this over here. So, you know, it's definitely every class period you need to work on it the entire time, every class period, because rolling the coils is labor intensive. Getting them the right size, again, pencil width, and then fitting them in there so it has a nice design. Okay. So just kind of, so you can kind of see right there, could go for a little bit of a plug. I'll put a plug in there. So where can you see examples of these? If you go on Pinterest, you can plug in coil bowl designs, coil bowl using a bowl, because that's what we did. And you just kind of, again, remember, I'm not pushing down too hard because I don't want to change the shape of it. Because when we take it off the mold or the bowl, we want the inside to be all nice, okay? So that would be the next step. That's step 2. And again, remember I said about this, lightly cover it, like 1 or 2 sprays. You never want it to be sopping wet, ever, 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 ever. Did I say ever? I meant ever. You put your excess in there, all right? And then once again, place it inside your bag and make sure it stays wet, all right? Make sure it doesn't dry out. Also, always make sure that your bag of plastic is securely tied and covered with another sheet of plastic. So that, my darlings, is step 2. So step 3 is coming up in a few days. All right, or tomorrow. We'll see whenever I meet you. Bye-bye.